Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Let's take a look things. Blood sugar is at 6.2. I have 6.0. Oh, I have no active insulin left. Oh, my eyes. I can't really see. You're a little bit further away. I finally got this set up a bit different. Basal rate has been chugging along. I've had a few corrections, but the pump's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Sitting at 6.2, which is a plus. Okay. Let's take a look at the background. My insulin's getting a little low, but I still have 103 units left in me. So I'm not going to do a site change as of yet. Everything else is in green. I have 3 days. I bet you I have probably 2 days and 10 hours left or something. Okay, so get rid of this. Let's go into, oh, this is a good looking number. 98% time in range. 0 above, awesome. 2 below, an average is 6.6. How did I get these numbers? Well, it's pretty easy when you're not eating. And the reason why I'm not eating is my stomach or my ovary system is really acting up. So I'm not really eating, just kind of give my stomach a rest. So we'll just see. Today, I want to talk to you about why I'm never going to give up. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. You know, since my time of being here in long-term care, a point that has come up is, why don't you just let the staff control your blood sugars? They can probably do it, they can probably get the shots to you quicker, and they can monitor everything. And you don't have to worry about anything. Well, first of all, I'm not ready to give up that control. I got an emergency appendicitis in the hospital, and I was put on IV antibiotics. Not IV antibiotics, sorry, IV insulin. And I could hardly wait to get my control back. I want to do things. I feel more comfortable. They still couldn't control. So I want to stay with the team I provided. So basically, you're telling me that all diabetics should just leave everything to the nurses, that we should have control over how much insulin we get. It's ridiculous. I'm not giving up on my fight with diabetes. Having people say, well, your food's already controlled. Your insulin, that'll be nice and easy, and they'll be able to get yourself right tight into control. Well, here it's 4 times a day I have to give them my blood sugar. It will take them time to get a hold of the doctor to give a note. Well, there is such a thing as a sliding scale. Well, I've seen over time how much time nurses have misunderstood doctor's orders and give me too much insulin. So I signed a form saying that I knew with my doctor, my diabetic nurse, and myself as a team, we're going to control blood sugar. They're still wondering, that's right, sorry, this is shaded, wondering if my blood sugars and my insulin, they don't like me self-medicate. They want control. I'm not ready to give control. Just after I moved in, I went through some form of where I had a drop in my blood sugars. And the PCC came in. Well, why don't we just allow the nurses to do it? Just for your safety. And it's always just for your safety. But it doesn't indicate, they're trying to indicate I take too much insulin just for the sake of taking too much insulin. I don't over medicate. Right now, my pump is giving me the insulin I need. So, if you give me the shot, I'm going to have to eat. If I don't feel like eating, then it's going to be a major panic. That is why I'm not ready to hand over blood sugar control. If I become so infirm that I can, my powers of attorney are instructed to hand over control. But until that time, me, my endo, and my diabetic nurse are going to keep fighting. And right now, we're getting 98% blood sugars, which is all pretty good. So, I have more control. They're trying to get me into the same routine as they will come, they will give you your shot, they will do everything so that all you get to do is sit there. They want me out in a wheelchair every day, sitting out there. And I get more entertainment value and time discussing things with you here. Working with my blood sugars, I know my body. I've been doing this for 47 years. So granted, the first 10 maybe wasn't as great. But since that 10-year mark, I have been trying to keep my blood sugars within normal range. The kill, obviously, is the last couple of days. I've been pretty damn good. But is this something I want to hold on to? Yes. Give it up to nurses and doctors who diabetes isn't their specialty. And granted, they may be educated a lot more about a lot of things, but my diabetes is personal to me. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very personal, and I want to hold on to the control. Never give up control unless you have to. For me, it's if I'm not making sound judgments, if I'm totally out of it, then my powers attorney will say to the team here, okay, you can control it. I am able now, or when I went into Royal Columbian, if I was there for something different, like when I went in for my foot ailment, before I was diagnosed with the foot ailment, I could go in there, I could say I want this much insulin today, this is my urine result, and we move on. That's pretty much what I have here. Will it work for everyone who has to be placed into a long-term care facility? No. But it's something that was dear to me, and I've kept up my deal. I don't play around. It's my body's response. You know, it's quite funny to see all these people come and say, well, the nurses are trained so much better. They'll watch out. I've seen, and I'll give you, the staff here has been great, but I've seen times where I've dropped and I laid here and went unconscious because, oh, he's just sleeping. No. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to be, oh, he's just sleeping. It was the healthcare worker here who found me, got me going, got me the shot I needed of glucagon. Well, she didn't do it. She got the nurse to wake up and give it to me. And I came around. But it's medication I've been working with for 48 years. I'm not ready to give that up. And like I said, other people might, but it's a fight I'm keeping. My blood sugars have been relatively controlled. I had a spike where I had to go into the hospital, and I spent a couple of days, this was close to a week, maybe in ICU, but I made it through, and now things are getting better. all the time. This pump is a big godsend. But everyone's diabetes is different. So if you and your doctor are contemplating, or you are already in a care facility, doesn't mean the system I've worked out is going to work for you. There could be reasons why you're not given control. If I came in and said, oh, I was going to do diabetes control and I'm going to do it all on my own, it would have not flew at all. But I do have a doctor overseeing me. I do have a diabetic nurse. So I'm not doing this alone. And no diabetic should be doing it alone. They should work with people as a team. The best book that illustrates this is, what is it? Diabetes for Dummies, Canadian version, or something along those lines. It's one of the Blank for Dummies book. And in there, it illustrates the team as a motion picture. You are the star. And craft services is diabetes, dietitians. Oh God, couldn't think there for a moment. There's stage design, laboratory. They had everything broken down, and it's a good book to read. Especially for a youngster, it should be one of their first books on diabetes when they're starting to get a little bit older teenage lives. But for me, 46 years of me being a type 1 diabetic cannot be, oh well, you're here now. This is, we do everything. You don't have to, and then we'll give you more insulin if you need it. So it'd be sliding scale. So I'd be going from living off a pump where I only need a shot a day to getting blood sugars 4 times a day, getting shots up to 4 times a day. It's not a positive growth. So I'm not giving up. Pure and simple. I'm not ready to. One day it might come to that. Right now, I'm not ready to give up. Should you be ready to give up? Well, again, every circumstance is different. You keep yourself within control figures, or your 3.9 to 10, or what is it, 50 to 180. You keep up with your doctor's appointments, you can control. But if you're just coming in here because you're not controlled and your body is totally giving up, that's something different. This may sound like a very whining video, and it's not meant to be that. But I've really taken pride in trying to control my diabetes and the route the disease has decided to take with me. That's a great way of the tools. I don't do it alone. It just seems like they want to control all part. And I'm not ready to give up on my life. And you shouldn't be either. You should know enough about your diabetes. You should know the proper care techniques. And you should be willing to listen to new ideas, but hold on to what you know is right. And for me, it's my diabetes and my control. It sounds like I'm being very militant about it, and I can be. But people have got to stop thinking of us that we're all going to be slotted into these nice little compartments and all diabetics will react the same. I can remember early in my 20s, my dad would say to me, and he was coming from a good place in his heart, but he was saying to me, well, I don't understand why you just don't eat right, take your insulin, get exercise, and then your diabetes wouldn't be a problem. When I started to do that, it was still a beeping problem. So I've come up with I can control my blood sugar to the best that I can be. I think my unstable diabetes has modified my blood sugars in such a way, but more and more things have got to move on. I'm not hip to any new ideas. The doctor here quoted me, or I'm going to quote him, that's probably best, saying that my diabetes is the worst he's ever seen. Well, for me, it's me. I don't want to be an afterthought about diabetes control. Oh, his blood sugar is low. Oh, well, we'll just treat him for it without. And that's pretty well what it's got to. Oh, well, I might as well just give everything. No, it's not happening soon. I feel I'm in control of my blood sugar as best as I can. Can't go to needles because needles I run into more issues. I feel like we're gaining the upper hand with my diabetes right now. So, never give up. If it works better for you, where somebody else controls your diabetes, great for you. For me, it's not going to work that way. With that, have a great day and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email address is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. All one line. Drop me